Yo, whose kids are these? Whose kids are these? Erica Kirk provided this as proof of where she was.
What if everything people believed about this story suddenly started falling apart? Over the last few weeks, social media has exploded with theories, resurfaced clips, timeline debates, and nonstop speculation surrounding Erica, Charlie's family, and the rumors now spreading across the internet. From old videos and mystery screenshots to claims about an alleged DNA result.
Where are Charlie's parents? Who are Charlie's parents? I think that is a question that we have all asked. Matter of fact, let me just take it a step further. Where are his cousins?
Online investigators have been digging into every detail they can find. Now, with Charlie's parents reportedly stepping back from the situation and Erica remaining publicly visible, the conversation has reached a completely different level. Supporters say she's being unfairly targeted, while critics believe too many unanswered questions still remain. And once old footage, past relationships, and conflicting timelines started resurfacing, the internet went full detective mode almost overnight. Today, we're breaking down the rumors, the reactions, the resurfaced clips, and why this story has social media completely divided right now.
Now she's saying that the kids aren't even Charlie's. So basically, Erica Kirk was left with no will money, no merch sale money, nothing after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. He put that his children are going to get all the money.
Now it looks like Charlie Kirk's parents have officially backed away from the custody situation involving Erica, and people online cannot stop talking about the timing. Social media is exploding with theories, and most users are not calling this a simple surrender. Instead, many believe fresh information may have flipped the entire situation upside down almost overnight. Across different platforms, users are sharing claims that an alleged DNA result may have played a major role in the sudden change. According to the rumors spreading online, a reported test may have shown they did not have the legal standing many assumed they had. That narrative is picking up serious momentum right now, and reactions are all over the place.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning, America.
I've lived in China. I've lived in Chongqing. I've been to Romania. I've been to Croatia. Lived in Puerto Rico for a little bit. Really handsome.
You look gorgeous.
Some viewers are honestly shocked by how fast everything changed, while others are saying they spotted strange details months ago. Online critics have been bringing up the lack of publicly shared maternity photos, along with resurfaced clips showing Erica with a former partner. Those moments sparked non-stop speculation, with many questioning whether the public timeline completely matched the story that had been presented. For a lot of people following the drama online, those little details did not seem random at all. Now they believe those past questions suddenly carry much more weight. Discussions have been circulating for a long time about whether Erica and Charlie's family situation was fully understood by the public.
Hid. Not because I was embarrassed. Not because I didn't want anyone. Yes, we did keep it very private.
Or if important parts may have been misunderstood along the way. With Charlie's parents now stepping back and Erica facing the public attention on her own, the scrutiny online has grown even louder. What once looked completely settled is now being questioned openly all across social media platforms. People are revisiting old interviews, clips, and past comments, trying to connect every piece of the story. And the biggest question spreading online right now is this: did Charlie privately have concerns about the situation the entire time? If he did, many are wondering whether those conversations were kept strictly behind closed doors, away from the public eye. The conversation is now happening everywhere online, and one question keeps coming back again and again. Did Charlie ever have private concerns about the situation? If he did, people are wondering whether those talks happened quietly behind closed doors instead of out in public. Some online commenters also believe Erica's heavily discussed CBS interview may have accidentally restarted the speculation in a huge way.
I intentionally, when I was pregnant, hid. Not because I was embarrassed, not because I didn't want anyone. Yes, we did keep it very private, but because it was a moment very sacred. I was growing a human inside of me, my baby.
During the interview, she mentioned that she stayed out of the public eye during her pregnancies, and that single comment immediately sent social media into chaos. The moment that clip started spreading, people began picking apart every detail and asking non-stop questions. Many users started wondering why someone would feel the need to stay hidden in the first place. Was it simply a bad choice of words, or was there a deeper reason behind it? Nothing has been officially confirmed, but after that interview aired, old timelines, screenshots, archived clips, and past videos started flooding across platforms fast. The internet did not just react to the interview, it went full detective mode almost instantly. Erica's public explanation sounded simple and direct. She said she chose to keep her pregnancies private because she wanted peace and protection for her family. That was the statement she gave. Publicly, but online critics were not completely buying it. Many people immediately started comparing those comments to what happened later, especially after Charlie passed away. According to critics online, privacy no longer seemed like the main priority once everything changed.
I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband, well, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line. And I remember looking behind me, and in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, this guy looks so familiar. And as a typical mother, she said, go and say hi. No, we were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person with that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence. Now, did we know that? No, not until we were like 3 months into our relationship and looking at times.
After Charlie's passing, Erica became much more visible through multiple interviews, memorial coverage, and social media clips. She openly shared emotional memories and personal reflections about their relationship, and that shift caught a lot of attention online. Critics especially pointed to moments during memorial events where she posed for photos and spoke publicly about deeply personal experiences. Those clips and images quickly spread across platforms, adding even more debate to an already heated conversation. She also posted a video showing herself and her daughter looking through toys and gifts sent by supporters after Charlie's passing. Supporters viewed the moment as part of grieving publicly and honoring his memory in a heartfelt way. But critics online quickly started debating whether the move from extreme privacy to high visibility happened too fast. That contrast became a major talking point, and people across social media have continued analyzing every small detail ever since. Since then, many viewers feel she has not really stepped away from the spotlight at all. That noticeable shift is exactly what sparked so much conversation online and caught many people off guard. Critics continue asking the same question over and over. If privacy was truly the priority during pregnancy, why step into such a public space afterward? The debate around that contrast still has social media divided. That dramatic contrast is what sent the speculation into absolute overdrive online. Some social media users started questioning whether the pregnancies were kept private for reasons beyond simply wanting peace and quiet. People began asking if it was really about safety and protection, or if it may have also been about avoiding public discussion, outside opinions, and heavy scrutiny. Those questions have continued spreading across platforms non-stop. Nothing has been officially confirmed, but that has not stopped online communities from digging into every detail they can find. Even when efforts were made to calm the rumors and lower the attention, the conversations never fully slowed down. Instead, more screenshots, clips, and old posts kept resurfacing, keeping the speculation alive and fueling even more debate across social media. In fact, the rumors only got louder. The more people revisited old footage, compared timelines, and dug through past social media posts, the more complicated the situation started to look. One resurfaced ultrasound video especially exploded across platforms and instantly grabbed attention. At first, many viewers believed the clip confirmed she was expecting without any doubt. But after people started pausing the video, zooming in, and analyzing screenshots frame by frame, one tiny detail suddenly sparked massive debate online. According to discussions spreading online, the name visible on the screen appeared to read Erica FPE instead of Erica Kirk. That single moment triggered countless reaction videos, discussion threads, and social media breakdowns. Publicly, she has consistently referred to herself as Erica Kirk or Mrs. Kirk, so viewers immediately started questioning what the label meant. Some wondered if it could have been a previous name, a medical system abbreviation, a maiden name, or simply a technical labeling issue. Even without official confirmation, that one frame became another major source of non-stop speculation online. That tiny detail on the ultrasound screen turned into a massive online conversation almost overnight. To be fair, medical equipment like ultrasound machines usually display whatever name or label gets entered during registration, and there are plenty of completely normal explanations for something like that. But online investigators were not paying attention to the simple possibilities at all. Instead, people across social media treated that small detail like some major breakthrough, zooming in on screenshots, slowing down clips, and analyzing every timestamp frame by frame. In a situation already filled with public doubt and non-stop rumors, even the smallest inconsistency was enough to keep speculation alive and spreading fast across platforms. Since marrying Charlie, Erica has publicly gone by Erica Kirk and presented herself as a polished, traditional Christian wife. That image became a huge part of her public identity and online brand. So when viewers noticed the ultrasound screen did not clearly display the surname Kirk, some critics immediately questioned whether it matched the image she had consistently promoted. Supporters argued there could be harmless explanations, while critics continued turning the detail into another heated topic for debate online. To many viewers online, that detail immediately raised eyebrows. From there, theories started stacking up fast across social media. Some users claimed she may have used a previous name on medical records for personal or administrative reasons, while others speculated that the timeline involving past relationships could have been more complicated than people originally believed. Those ideas spread rapidly through discussion threads, reaction videos, and non-stop online breakdowns. It is important to point out that none of these claims have been officially confirmed, and they remain internet speculation only. Still, once social media locks onto a detail, the conversation usually does not disappear quietly. The debate kept growing louder, and then another older clip suddenly resurfaced, adding even more attention to the situation. A rally video from 2015 showed Erica standing beside her former partner, Tyler J.T. Massey, during a public political event. And that clip quickly became another major topic of discussion online. That footage quickly became part of the growing timeline debate online, with viewers carefully comparing dates, appearances, and old clips to figure out how everything connected. What really grabbed people's attention was not just the fact that Erica and her former partner were standing together at the rally. The biggest focus became the young child standing between them, which immediately sparked intense discussion across social media. Viewers started analyzing the body language in the clip almost instantly, with some saying the interaction looked natural, relaxed, and very familiar. Others describe the moment as giving off family energy, though that remains completely based on personal interpretation from a very short piece of footage. Even so, the clip spread rapidly online and added another layer to the ongoing speculation surrounding the timeline and past relationships. Still, that single rally clip pushed many people online to wonder whether Erica may have had a previous family chapter that was not widely discussed before her marriage to Charlie. To be clear, those ideas remain speculation, not confirmed fact. But by that point, social media commentators were already heavily invested in connecting timelines, revisiting old footage, and digging through past material looking for more clues. Not long after that, additional photos started resurfacing online, showing Erica with 2 different children in separate moments. In one image, she is holding a young blonde girl that many followers recognized right away. In another photo, she appears standing beside an older, dark-haired girl, which quickly sparked fresh discussion across platforms. The pictures alone do not prove anything, but in the middle of an already intense online debate, they added even more questions and kept the speculation moving fast. Then the situation became even more layered online. A 15-minute audition tape suddenly resurfaced, showing Erica and a former partner trying out for the amazing race. The footage was not actually new, but the timing of its reappearance sent social media into complete overdrive. Critics argued the video hinted that certain past connections may have lasted longer than many people originally assumed, which only added more fuel to the growing timeline debate. Supporters immediately pushed back against those claims, arguing that the footage was clearly old material filmed before her marriage and should not be treated as proof of anything current. Still, once the rally clip, the resurfaced photos, and the audition tape all started circulating together at the same time, the overall online narrative became far more complicated. Every old video, screenshot, and timeline breakdown seemed to add another twist to the story, whether it was coincidence, misunderstanding, or something completely different. The internet kept connecting dots non-stop, and the speculation only grew louder. In the audition footage, Erica and her former partner appeared playful, relaxed, and extremely comfortable around each other, constantly exchanging flirty jokes and lighthearted energy. That dynamic quickly became another major talking point in an online conversation that keeps getting bigger by the day. To many viewers, the interaction did not come across like 2 people casually reconnecting after a long time apart. Instead, people described the chemistry as familiar, established, and genuinely close. That tone alone caught a lot of viewers off guard once the clip resurfaced and started spreading across social media platforms. What made the situation even more controversial for online critics was the timeline connected to the footage. Around that same general period, Erica had publicly described herself as single, highly focused, and committed to staying disciplined while preparing for her future husband, Charlie. So when audiences watched the chemistry and playful energy in the audition tape, some felt the contrast was hard to overlook. To critics online, it did not look like a distant or short-lived chapter from years earlier. Instead, they believed the connection in the video appeared emotionally active and very real in that moment. Because of that perception, some commentators started questioning how someone could move from such an intense season of life into a completely different public image only a few years later. Specifically, the polished, devoted, traditional Christian wife identity she later became known for. Supporters, however, argued that people grow, change, and move on from past relationships all the time. Supporters, however, argue that personal growth is real and that people's lives can completely change direction in a short amount of time. They believe old relationships and past chapters should not automatically define someone years later. But even with those defenses, the online conversation did not slow down at all. More resurfaced references and older clips led some users to speculate that Erica may have dated more than one person during her years living in New York before marrying Charlie. None of those claims have been officially confirmed, and much of the discussion still falls firmly into internet speculation. Even so, the pattern some viewers believe they are seeing is what keeps the debate alive across social media platforms. Once people online start connecting dots, even loosely, the narrative can quickly grow into something much bigger. Discussions repeatedly circle back to Erica's past relationship with JT Massey, which has become one of the central topics in the ongoing timeline debate. Many viewers point to Erica's own earlier comments about him, where she reportedly described him in extremely positive terms, calling him an incredible boyfriend and even her best friend. To online commentators, statements like that did not sound casual at all, which is exactly why those old quotes continue getting attention today. There were also polished couple-style photos of Erica and JT together that many online observers said looked very similar to engagement portraits. The images gave off the impression of a serious, long-term relationship, which is why some viewers were surprised when her later public narrative appeared to move in a very different direction. To critics online, it did not seem like a small chapter of life that quietly faded away. Instead, they felt it looked like a major part of her past that eventually stopped being discussed in the same way. Fair or unfair, once some viewers believed parts of that history may have been downplayed or reframed, trust started weakening for them. And once credibility becomes a topic online, every old clip, post, caption, and quote suddenly gets pulled back into the spotlight for fresh analysis. That is exactly what happened here. Social media users began rechecking timelines, rereading old captions, and resurfacing screenshots at a rapid pace. Every detail became part of the larger online conversation. This is also where Charlie's parents entered the discussion in a much bigger way. Ever since Charlie passed away, one question has continued floating around online. Where was his family during all of this? Many viewers noticed they were not front and center during the memorial events organized by Erica and the USA team, and that absence quickly became another major point of speculation across platforms. Their absence alone sparked quiet speculation online that something behind the scenes may not have been fully aligned. In the weeks that followed, the situation did not appear to smooth over publicly either. Erica remained highly visible, leading tributes, giving emotional interviews, and making major public decisions connected to Charlie's legacy and public image. She stayed front and center throughout much of the public mourning process, while Charlie's parents seemed noticeably absent from the spotlight. That contrast immediately caught people's attention online. Viewers started asking whether tension may have existed long before cameras and social media entered the picture. Rumors about possible friction between Erica and Charlie's family had already been circulating quietly. And from the outside, many people felt the public optics only added more weight to those suspicions. Some online observers believed it looked like Charlie's parents were standing on the sidelines, while someone else guided the future of everything their son had built. According to unconfirmed speculations spreading online, there were also claims that the family experienced limited access to the children, whom some described as their last living connection to Charlie. None of those claims have been officially verified, but they quickly became another emotional layer in an already intense public conversation. Whether those beliefs were fully accurate or not, the situation stirred strong emotions across social media and among supporters. Then another moment added even more intensity to the already heated discussion. Online sources began claiming that a tent had reportedly been reconstructed at the location where Charlie lost his life, and that visitors were invited to take photos there. That allegation spread extremely fast online and immediately triggered divided reactions. Some critics argued the idea crossed a sensitive emotional line, while others defended it as a way of honoring and memorializing a tragic event. As the debate kept growing, many online narratives claimed this period marked an even deeper public pullback from Charlie's parents. Their continued absence from major public moments only fueled more speculation about possible tension happening behind the scenes. Then, just as those conversations were already gaining momentum, another major rumor exploded online. The alleged DNA result that some people claim changed everything almost overnight. Once that rumor started spreading across platforms, the entire tone of the discussion seemed to shift dramatically. Instead of any visible public back and forth continuing, it appeared that Charlie's parents chose to quietly step away from the situation altogether. Some supporters interpreted that move as a sign of acceptance and emotional exhaustion, believing they may have decided to focus on healing rather than staying involved in something that had become increasingly complicated and emotionally draining. From their perspective, stepping back may have been about protecting their peace rather than admitting defeat. But the part that keeps social media buzzing is what happened afterward. Despite backlash, viral theory threads, and non-stop online breakdown videos, Erica has continued moving forward very publicly. There has not been a major pause, dramatic shift, or direct public response specifically addressing the DNA rumors that have been circulating online. Whether she sees the claims as baseless internet noise or simply chooses not to give them attention, Erica has remained visible and continued sharing her side of the story. That sharp contrast, silence from Charlie's parents while Erica stays active in public, is exactly why the conversation refuses to die down online. To many viewers, the difference in approach stands out and keeps people debating what may really be happening behind the scenes. At the same time, many supporters continue repeating one important point above everything else. They believe Charlie was a father to those children in every way that truly mattered. Regardless of biology or online speculation, supporters say he showed up emotionally, provided stability, and planned carefully for their future. People close to the situation have also shared that he worked hard to make sure the children would always be protected and financially secure, even if he could not be there one day. That perspective has become a powerful counterpoint in the middle of all the online controversy and speculation. That part of the story remains deeply powerful for a lot of people following the situation online. But where emotions really start intensifying is around the question of what should happen next. Many online critics argue that the focus now should be on stability, privacy, and protecting the children as they navigate an incredibly painful loss. That is where some of the strongest opinions are forming, not just about the past, but about the future and how everything moves forward from here. For many viewers, this situation no longer feels like simple internet gossip anymore. People see it as something with real-life consequences involving responsibility, transparency, and how adults handle complicated personal situations during emotionally difficult seasons. That is exactly why reactions online have become so intense and emotionally charged lately. Right now, Erica remains the central public figure many people are looking toward for answers and clarity. Some believe she could help calm the speculation by correcting misinformation or directly addressing the rumors that continue circulating across social media. But so far, there has been silence on those specific claims, and online audiences often treat silence as something that creates even more questions. Whether Erica feels she owes the public no explanation at all, or simply prefers not to engage with internet speculation, the debate surrounding the situation continues growing louder across platforms every day. Meanwhile, the children, Karun, who never asked to be pulled into any public controversy, remain right at the center of the entire conversation. They did not create the headlines or the online debates, yet their lives are being discussed across comment sections and social media threads every single day. That reality is what makes this situation feel much heavier to many people than ordinary internet drama. At this point, people are no longer just debating old timelines, resurfaced clips, or viral screenshots. The conversation has grown into bigger questions about accountability, public perception, and whether real clarity will ever come to the situation. Many viewers also believe that if Charlie's parents ever decide to speak publicly in detail, it could completely shift the direction of the story overnight. So what do you think is really happening behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone else following the story. I'll catch you in the next one.